everyone, it's Amisha here again from LWA. I hope you're all having a great week so far. So in today's video, I am going to be going through two maths topics combined, angles and algebra. Now these questions might appear to be quite tricky, but we'll get through it together and you'll be flying by the end of it. If you find this video useful, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. So here we're given a shape. And within the shape, there are two letters, A and B. And we need to figure out what these letters represent as numbers. So let's give this a go. I can see two triangles here. So let's look at this triangle first. We are given an angle over here, an angle over here, and a right angle. Now, angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So surely that means that this angle plus this angle plus this angle all add up to 180 degrees. Right, so all we need to do is make it into an equation. So we have 2a over here plus the a over here plus the right angle. Now a right angle equates to 90 degrees, so we're given a number. And all of that equals to 180 degrees. Right, so here we have our algebra. So let's group together the a's. So we have 2a plus another a, which equals to 3a. Plus our 90 equals 180. Now we need to get this 3a by itself. So if we put 3a here equals, and we need to bring this 90 over to this side. Now with algebra, if anything goes over the equals line, it swaps sign. So pretend this is a magic line and whatever goes over it just changes sign. So because it says a plus 90 here, if we put it over, what's the opposite of plus? Subtract. So it will be 180 minus 90. Great, let's continue solving it. So we have 3a equals 180 take away 90, which is 90. But that's not what we want. We want a by itself. So remember the little trick I just told you? Anything that goes over the equals line swaps sign. So right now, the a is attached to a 3 like that. Now that actually just means 3 times a. So to bring this 3 over to the other side, over here, we need to do the opposite of multiplication, which is division. So we do 90 divided by 3. So to get a by itself, we just have to solve this little sum, and 90 divided by 3 is 30. Right, we have now solved a, 30 degrees. Now we have a, then surely this means that this angle here is 30 degrees. We know that this is 90 degrees. And this angle here is not just a, it's 2a. And like I just told you, when they're squashed together like that, it means 2 times a. So it's 2 times 30, which is 60. Right, let's just check it to make sure that we're on the right track. So we know angles in a triangle all add up to 180 degrees. So hopefully 90 plus 30 plus 60 all add up to 180 degrees. So we know that we're right so far. So we got 90 plus 60 plus 30. 9 plus 6 is 15, plus another 3 is 18. And there we have 180 degrees. Brilliant, we're on the right track. Now we need to figure out what B is. So another rule we need to know in angles is angles on a straight line add up to 180. So if we have A over here, if we draw the rest of it here, we know that this over here, let's call it x, plus the 30 must add up to 180 degrees. So 180 take away 30 equals 150 degrees. So this angle here is 150 degrees. Okay, but what do we do after that? How do we work out what these angles here are? Now, what are the rules that we know? We know that angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. We also know that this says B and this says B. So surely the two numbers here and here must be the same. So let's figure out what angle's remaining. So let's do 150, because that's what we have called x. And let's subtract that from 180 to figure out what we've got left. With 30 degrees. Now we know that 30 degrees needs to be shared evenly between this angle over here and this angle over here. So what shall we do? We need to divide it by 2. So 30 divided by 2 equals 15 degrees. And there we have our B. So there we have a right-angled triangle, which we've solved. We also have an isosceles triangle, where two angles are the same and one is different. Both triangles add up to 180 degrees, and angles on a straight line also add up to 180 degrees. Okay, let's do one final check. So let's look at the shape now as a whole. So we have two angles here, we have the right angle here, and we have an angle here. Now, hopefully, all these angles will add up to 180 degrees because we know angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So let's start with this angle here. It consists of a 2A and a B. So let's add that up together. So it would be 60 plus 15, which equals to 75. We also have our right angle, which we know is 90 degrees. And we also have an angle over here, B, which is 15. So if we add that all up together, we have 5 plus 0 plus 5, which equals to 10. And we have 9 plus 1, which is 10, plus a 7, which is 17, plus the 1, which is 18, 180 degrees. So now we know that we're definitely right. And it's so important to do this process to ensure that we're checking thoroughly. Right, now it's your go. So here is your question, and I want you to find out what x and what y represent as numbers. Remember our rules. Good luck! That's all for today. I hope you found this video useful. See you again next week.